Have you ever woken up feeling like your world has collapsed overnight? Maybe you spent months, even years, pouring your heart and soul and most of your savings into your startup only to watch it fail spectacularly. Trust me, I know exactly how you feel. That gut-wrenching sensation, the overwhelming anxiety of financial uncertainty, and the constant self-questioning. I've been there too. But here's the good news. Losing your savings on a failed startup doesn't mean you've lost everything. In fact, this might just be the turning point you need to recover stronger, wiser, and ready to thrive like never before. In this video, I'm going to share 6 proven strategies to help you bounce back financially, mentally, and emotionally from the fallout of your failed startup. These aren't just random tips. They're actionable methods I've personally used, along with countless others who face the same challenge, to turn setbacks into remarkable comebacks. So, let's jump straight into it. The first thing you absolutely need to do is give yourself permission to grieve and reset. Now, I know grieving sounds like an odd choice of words, usually reserved for losing loved ones, but hear me out. When your startup fails, it's not just a financial loss. It's a deeply emotional one. You've likely invested not just money, but your identity, your dreams, your time, and your passion into something you believed in wholeheartedly. Losing all that can feel devastating. So, before you can effectively move forward, you must acknowledge these feelings. Suppressing them or pretending everything is fine won't help. It'll only prolong the pain. Take some time to reflect. Talk to someone you trust. Write down your thoughts, your frustrations, and even your regrets. Doing this creates mental clarity and allows you to reset emotionally, which is absolutely vital if you're going to take constructive action going forward. After allowing yourself to reset emotionally, the next critical step is to get crystal clear on your financial reality. This part might sting initially, but it's essential to face it head-on. Take a detailed look at your financial situation. Exactly how much have you lost? How much debt have you accumulated? And what resources do you still have left? I remember when my first startup crashed. I dreaded opening my bank account and looking at the numbers because I knew they weren't going to be pretty. But once I finally did, something surprising happened. I felt relief. Why? Because when you know exactly where you stand financially, you can create a realistic, actionable plan. You remove fear from the equation by turning uncertainty into tangible, manageable numbers. So, here's what you do practically. Write down every single financial detail. Look at your debts, credit card balances, remaining cash, investments, and monthly expenses. This clear picture will give you the roadmap you need to start rebuilding effectively without guesswork or vague assumptions. And trust me, clarity in this step alone can lift a significant burden from your shoulders. Once you got a clear picture of your financial situation, the third crucial step is to quickly trim down unnecessary expenses. Yes, it might feel uncomfortable, especially if you're used to certain comforts or a particular lifestyle. But remember, this is temporary and essential. It's about cutting out what's unnecessary so you can stabilize your finances as quickly as possible. Take a careful look at everything, from your subscriptions, memberships, and dining out habits to impulse purchases and luxury spending. I did this myself and was shocked to discover hundreds of dollars in monthly expenses that provided no meaningful value. By canceling subscriptions I barely used, cooking more at home, and shopping more consciously, I was able to free up significant funds almost immediately. Think of this as financial pruning. Just like trimming plants helps them grow stronger, cutting down unnecessary expenses creates the breathing space you need for your finances to recover and eventually flourish. Now that you've faced reality, made necessary adjustments, and set yourself up for a fresh start, it's time to harness the power of your network. Your personal and professional connections are one of your most valuable assets, especially during difficult times. Reach out honestly and openly to friends, mentors, former colleagues, and even past investors. Share your situation. Express your willingness to learn from your experiences and seek genuine advice or opportunities. When my startup failed, I initially hesitated to ask for help. Pride and embarrassment can hold you back, but the moment I decided to reach out changed everything. I received not only practical advice and mentorship, but also job opportunities, freelance projects, and valuable referrals. People genuinely appreciate honesty, vulnerability, and resilience. Remember, most successful people have experienced setbacks themselves and often respect those who face challenges head-on. The next key strategy is to embrace short-term financial stability. It might mean taking a temporary job or freelancing in your area of expertise. This isn't a step backward. It's about building a stable foundation for your next move. When I took on freelance project after my startup failure, it boosted both my confidence and my finances. Each small success reminded me that my skills had value and helped me regain financial footing. Finally, consider upskilling or learning new skills altogether. Take this opportunity to invest in yourself by learning something valuable and marketable. Maybe you've identified gaps in your skill set from your previous experience. Now is the perfect time to address these gaps through affordable online courses, workshops, or mentorships. The skills you acquire will make you more competitive, adaptable, and resilient in the marketplace. Now, remember, setbacks and failures are not endpoints. They're simply stepping stones toward greater success. Every great entrepreneur and successful professional you admire has faced failure at some point. It's your mindset and resilience in the face of these challenges that define you and determine your future success. Use this moment as a catalyst to reassess your true passion, values, and career goals. Reflect deeply on what genuinely drives you. Maybe you'll find your calling is slightly different from what you originally pursued, or perhaps you'll uncover an entirely new path altogether. Either way, approaching your recovery with openness and optimism will bring opportunities you never anticipated. So keep pushing forward, believe in your capabilities, and know that your best days are still ahead. I'm rooting for you, and I believe wholeheartedly that you have everything it takes to not just recover, but to thrive beyond your wildest expectations. Here's to your comeback.